Yo! Just so y'all don't get confused, this guide was made by Kev Killed. Link to his stuff is in the description.
Present Mike, a fun and comfortable character to play as. Even more fun when you take out enemies at far range. While he may not be in the top 5 best characters, he's above average and perhaps in the top 10. He's a strike-based character with 350 health, which is more than the average strike character. My understanding for this is the developers wanted him as a hybrid character to suit PC or console players. As indicated in the V-Jump magazine, you could play long range or close range with Present Mike. However, he is best used at long range. Hoping to share this video with tips and tricks to get the best out of Present Mike. He can get a lot of damage if he's played optimally. While he isn't the biggest threat on the field, I wouldn't take his presence quietly either. Starting with the first skill, Shouting Voice. This alpha is very simple. Just click to shoot a sound projectile, no other gimmicks. The projectile moves very fast, so you don't have to worry about leading your target. Unless the target is trying to run away and escape, then you will need to predict where they are flying off. The projectile is also wide, so if the target is moving, most likely it will hit them. Just keep an eye on their dodge rolls so you don't spam. The interesting thing about Mike's alpha is the damage has fall off. At max range, it does only 50% of the full damage. But don't let that discourage you. The range is very far where most characters cannot attack you back. Leveling up alpha increases the damage, rounds, and width. The damage itself is not that strong, but I will come back to this later. Next skill, Loud Voice. There's 2 versions to this, the beta pressed and the beta held. It's a strong wide attack to hit anyone close range with moderate damage, pretty much a shotgun. If you land a hit, the opponent will go into a deafened state, muffling in-game sounds.
Could use some help in the booth!
So ally messages or enemy callouts are much harder to recognize. It doesn't change too much for the decent player, as there's always lots of visual cues. The skill mainly is to save you from close range threats, or to set up combos for those with low health. When you hold the beta, your attack goes significantly farther and applies a lot of low hitting damage. This is 6 ticks with no damage fall off. You typically use this to attack enemies from far ranges or to destroy structures and buildings. You never want to hold your beta in the midst of a fight, as you will become an easy target to kill. When holding beta, you can slightly turn the attack, but it's not a lot. Another thing with holding the beta, you can float in the air. You can use it to stall in the air and check for enemies on the map, or if you want to poke an enemy, opening a chest from the air. Leveling up beta increases the damage, rounds, width, and reload. Is Gamma DJ Punch. Press this to propel yourself forward, or anywhere in the air if you're off the ground. It's not a long range move, but you have 2 charges to help your mobility. You get another punch at level 4. It has tracking similar to Assault Deku's kick if the enemy is close by. This can track enemies behind walls if you're getting up a building or getting ready to punch an enemy around an object. While it is Present Mike's strongest move, doesn't mean it should be prioritized. You have 3 options for it. Combo with the beta for huge damage, use it as an escape or mobility tool, or chasing enemies around structures. One odd note with the skill is the damage becomes stronger if you have allies downed or knocked out. You can hit upwards to more than 200 damage, but it's more of a last savings grace for your own protection, not for offense. If you're last alive, focus on getting your team back if possible. Otherwise, you need to stay hidden, as if anyone catches you off guard, you're dead. Present Mike may have mobility from his Gamma, but he's easily caught out from many characters. Leveling up Gamma increases the damage, rounds, range, speed, and reload. The level 4 and level 9 just slightly goes farther and faster. Lastly, his special action, Radio Noise. You throw one of these boomboxes next to you and they last for 45 seconds. You can put it next to you or anywhere else on the map. The box will shoot a copied alpha, beta, or held beta with lowered damage to the same location you're shooting at. This is why present Mike is better at long range. While his alpha is weaker than most characters, it becomes stronger than everyone else's if you hit them with both alphas. Mike's beta becomes just as dangerous with the boombox as you can melt buildings or structures, or you can even wipe a team.
Why is that funny?
Typically, you want these close to you or the high ground. The best tip I can give for these is have them on the ledge of a building or any tall post. The closer to the edge of that building, the better the boombox. Here's a quick visual on boombox placement, on how much stronger the box becomes when it's placed better. I'm not kidding when the success of your mission depends on these box placements.
Look, I'm not exaggerating when I say the success of your mission hinges on how you use that cardboard box. But in the end, a cardboard box is only made of paper. Handle it with care or it won't be of much use to you. You know, I've lost a couple thanks to you.
What?
Nothing. Forget it. Treat your cardboard box with care. Take care of the box and it'll take care of you. Don't think of it as just another box. Treat it with love. Don't be rough, okay?
You get 3 charges, so if you need a better angle or if the enemy destroys your box, just place another. Not often this skill should be unavailable. You can get creative by putting them into a bush to distract enemies or do some funny trigonometry to kill your opponents, but majority of the time, it should be close to you in a fight or on a tall building to create space and pressure teams. Now that we went over all the skills, we can go over attacks and combos. It will take 5 alphas for a knockdown. With the box added, it'll take 3 alphas from both for a knockdown. It takes 2 betas for a knockdown, and with the box added, it still takes 2 for a knockdown, but it pretty much adds more damage. You could also do 1 beta and 1 alpha from the boombox and yourself for a knockdown as well. With the held beta, it takes 6 ticks to knock down an enemy. With the box added, it does more damage with the same ticks, as the boombox for both beta attacks does not contribute to knockdown. However, the alpha boombox does. 1 gamma knocks the enemy down. So if you're looking for the biggest damage, it's pretty much 1 beta from both yourself in the box and the gamma punch. Depending on the situation for close range encounters, you're either going to use 1 beta and 1 alpha from both, or 1 beta and 1 gamma. Rarely you use 2 betas, but it is very good for locking enemies in the storm or a building. Sometimes you need to save that gamma for an escape, or save your alpha if the enemy tries to escape. As for leveling up, everything is stronger at level 4 and level 9. I recommend getting alpha to 4 and then beta to 4. That way you have bigger ranges, and another beta charge for damage or safety. Then finish the alpha to 9, then the beta to 9. Mike's gamma is least prioritized. If you have the gamma at level 3 from random cards or level ups, it isn't a terrible option to get that 3rd punch at level 4. But the alpha to beta should be level 4 ASAP. Otherwise, they don't benefit much from the boombox special. As for the counters, when fighting other players, the biggest threat for present Mike is Purple Todoroki. His gamma puts up flame walls that reflect your ranged attacks. So when you see this, you pretty much run. I don't recommend getting close to him as his alpha will freeze you or his beta can put you in an awful position. Best advice I can give is chip his health whenever you can at long range, and catch him off guard at close range when he's not focused on you. Otherwise, run. He will win. Since Mike is better long range, all fast moving rapids are a soft counter for Mike. So if there's a rapid blue character you need to attack, don't give them the advantage by being close range with them. Be aware of your surroundings and peel them back if you can. Tuning always varies based on the person's playstyle, so I won't argue what's best for Mike or yourself. Most of Mike's gameplay is better at longer ranges, so I'd stick to team support or utility tuning for him. Close range stuff like Sisterly Disposition may help, but he's not going to get the full benefit. Otherwise, stuff like Card Duplication, HP GP Sucker, or Wall Runner are always good choices. One I definitely recommend is the High Speed Replenishment. Your 2 teammates could be in the middle of a fight while you're on the back lines adding damage. When things are rough, you can always step back to do a team shield. Lastly, as for tips and tricks for Present Mike. When aiming around corners or ledges, don't aim at the target. Aim around the corner and the sound waves will hit the target behind it. So if they're climbing up or escaping for cover, you can shoot that corner pretty much around it and catch them off guard. Mike's hair is funny, so don't expect him to be a close-range stealth character hiding in a bush. So be careful where you drink. Utilizing the beta and gamma, you can use this to stall time in the air if the final circle becomes a mess, or if you need a creative escape from enemies. You can further distance this if you have plus ultra to stay in the air longer. Here's some comparison ranges between the alphas and betas. They are the same distance at all levels. When using your alpha, the boombox range is longer than Present Mike's. The beta, however, is the same range as Mike's. When putting the boombox on the ledge, line yourself straight on the edge as if you're walking forward. Then all you have to do is simply toss it, and it should be close to the edge as possible. For any posts or trees, use the gamma to get up and toss the box ahead of it. May take a bit of practice, but it'll surely be worth it. Lastly, positioning is very important. Typically, you want to be on the edge of the storm. Being in the middle will make his attacks less effective, and Mike becomes more vulnerable from other angles from other enemies. So always take a moment to look around before moving too much. Just take 3 seconds, look left, look right, you're good to go. Stay on the high ground, stay away from the center, and you'll be good to go. Want to give a big thank you for Luck letting me present Mike on his channel. Just here to show more tips and tricks as well as a quick little guide for playing Present Mike, or pretty much fighting against him. With that all being said, thanks for watching and crank it to 11. Ball in a cup. Maybe.
Nice roll.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Subscribe to Kev now. Bye.